back to Good Morning Sri Lanka. In case you just tuned in, we were speaking about having a healthy lifestyle with physician, Katie Dhuminda. Now we're about to speak about the great initiative, the Heart to Heart Run with Flora. And we have great guests in the studio to speak about this great initiative. We have Dinesh Damel, the marketing manager for food at Unilever Sri Lanka, and Dr. Susie Pereira, the Director of Organization Development at the Ministry of Health, who is also the President's College of Community Physicians Sri Lanka, and Trevin Miranda, the brand ambassador or manager, brand manager of Flora. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How has the morning been for you guys so far?
Great.
Good. It's good for you. Yeah. Well, I was speaking a lot about health and fitness with the previous doctor. Now let's speak about your initiative. What is Heart to Heart Run with Flora?
So Heart for Heart is a run that's happening on the 8th of September. The intention behind the run is really to create awareness about healthy living and a healthy lifestyle. And Unilever's brand Flora, together with the MTV MBC group, particularly SFM and MTV and Sirius, are coming together to really bring this message of a healthy lifestyle to the people of Sri Lanka.
Right.
And in doing so, the run also aims to raise funds towards a charitable cause, which is towards raising 2.5 million towards the improvement, the upgrading of the Karapitiya hospital, the cardiac unit there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
All right. So, Doc, tell us the stats about what's the health statistics for cardiovascular diseases in Sri Lanka.
Well, cardiovascular disease comes under the group of conditions called non-communicable diseases.
Right.
And that's really about stroke, heart disease, diabetes, hypertension, cancer. They're all the non-communicable diseases. So there are about 350 deaths per day,
right,
out of which 250 deaths would be due to these conditions, and about 40 deaths would be due to heart diseases per se. So about 100 would be due to heart disease and 40 would be due to stroke. Right? So that's the magnitude, and Sri Lanka is known to be a country which has a very high prevalence of these diseases. Almost 1 in 5 would have a raised high blood pressure above the age of 20.
Right.
And if I may say, diabetes also is associated with heart and the blood vessels. There is about 10% of the population affected with a raised blood sugar level.
Right.
So that's the magnitude of these problems.
Right, so I'm guessing that aging has a lot to do with cardiovascular disease. What's the connection like that?
Yeah, because age is something that you cannot modify, right? With age, anyway, the risk of these cardiovascular diseases would go up. But what I'm saying is, about these conditions, it can be modified because there are modifiable factors, and I believe that the Heart for Heart campaign is about physical activity, which is one factor which can modify this pathway.
Right.
And even if we are aging, we could delay these things if we have the right lifestyle.
Right.
And physical inactivity, if we can make it a physical active life, then that is another way that we can modify this. We can actually delay it, or sometimes we may even prevent it.
Yes. You see my people at home, why I tend to do this. Just previously in the show we were speaking about having a healthy lifestyle, and this could really prevent it. Alright, now your initiative, getting back to this, is in aid of the Karapitiya Hospital Cardiac Unit.
Yeah. So connection. So obviously, when we heard about the statistics with regards to non-communicable diseases, and the fact that a large part, 80% of these deaths being said to be preventable, when we came together, we were wondering, what can we as corporates and responsible corporate citizens do about it. Unilever being a company that's big in marketing, we felt that the message that is to be taken to the public, we could do a service by actually supporting in taking it to the people.
Right.
And it fits in beautifully with the brand Flora, because the mission of the brand Flora is also globally to make the hearts of the people healthier. We do this through many initiatives. For example, in countries like Canada, for example, there's an initiative called Ride for Heart, which again, a similar initiative done together with the Canadian Heart and Stroke Foundation. It's an annual cycling event where 13 to 15,000 cyclists come together in Toronto, and they again aim to raise funds toward research on heart and stroke related research. So similar events are done by Flora worldwide. The London Marathon, for example, until a few years back was sponsored by Flora, again an initiative which aims at sort of creating a lifestyle change and physical activity like the doctor was talking about.
Right.
So this is not something alien to Flora. So it's something that we've always wanted to, and so it fits in beautifully with Unilever's corporate mission, ambition as well, where we've said while we double our business, we want to halve our environmental footprint and improve our social impact.
Right.
And this kind of initiative is what helps us do that. And if you ask me why Heart for Heart, where did the name come about?
That is what I was curious about.
So Heart for Heart itself, so there's a two-pronged sort of thought to that. One is you're taking care of your own heart by engaging in a healthy lifestyle, embracing the Super 8 concept and sort of being guided by it. Also, you're taking care of others who are not in a similar situation, who are relatively helpless by way of the charitable part of this project, where we're supporting the Karapiti Hospital, which helps immense number of people in the southern province particularly, which does a great service to the country, and through that, through the charitable arm of this campaign, we're able to support others. So it's a campaign where you're looking after your own heart by embracing the Super 8 concept, and you're helping others as well. So that's where Hearts for Heart kind of came about.
Okay, great. Now the Super 8 concept, could you tell me a bit about that, please?
Yeah, Super 8 is actually it's a marketing tool that we're using to address a bunch of risk factors, which is going to give you a healthier lifestyle. It's a simple way for a better life. So starting from your body mass index, right, keeping it between the range of 18.5 to 24.9, the ideal being 23, right, and then reducing your salt intake to 1 teaspoon of salt per person per day. Right, so that's about 400 gram pack being used by a family of 4 for 20 days. That's a definite target. Another target is the sugar. If you are not a diabetic, you can go up to only 6 teaspoons of sugar per person per day. That is added sugar, right? And then limiting or trying to avoid as much as possible food which has trans fat. Things like repeated oil used for frying, deep frying, short eats which have high trans fat, like pastries. It's always good to read the label and understand which food have trans fat. Increasing the consumption of fruit and vegetable. Approximately a person should eat about 400 grams of fruit and vegetable during the course of the day, spread throughout the meals. Another target is stop alcohol and smoking. Have I finished all? No, the blood pressure.
Yeah, there you go.
So that's the last target is about blood pressure. You don't have to medicalize blood pressure. A target, keep it below 140 by 90. Check it once a year. So these are actually all focusing on heart healthiness, and just by doing that you're addressing a lot of diseases which are associated with your heart. Hypertension, diabetes, ischemic heart disease, or some people might say heart attack and things like that.